I'm Oscar.
And I'm Dan.
And today we're in
New Zealand in this tiny home.
Today we're bringing you on our first 2 days in our 100th country of New Zealand, staying in this teeny tiny house in Queenstown, South Island. Our names are Oscar and Dan, and we just completed our long-time goal of visiting 100 countries together. In our last video, we told the whole story of how this happened and how we did it, starting with our first few breaths in 1997 to when we met in 2014 and then our long journey together. Now, let's show you our tiny house.
This is so insane.
absolutely, yeah, out of this world. I don't have words.
So, this is where we're staying the next 2 nights.
Just gonna show that the people who run this Airbnb live in this beautiful house, and here we are. I mean, it's no less beautiful, but it's definitely a tiny bit smaller.
I wonder if we can do a house swap.
Welcome inside our mosquito net protected tiny house. This space is so cute. I think it's about 10 meters squared.
That's BS. How can it be?
Actually, yeah, even that is like stretching it. But I have to say, like, we haven't lived in it yet, but I feel like the space is very efficiently used. So, where do we start in here?
The view.
Honestly, yeah. Look at this. That mountain range just over there is like one of the most otherworldly things I've ever seen. Right next to the window, we have our own little fireplace. Wow, how does this work? Like, just put these in?
Okay, let's not. I don't know if we'll use it.
I'm sure it's safe since they put it here, but maybe it's not safe in our hands. Here's a little table. I wonder, so I guess it only goes this high.
It's very small.
Yes.
And here there are chairs. And there's a heater.
Oh, there is a heater.
Fan and a blanket.
But this table is perfect. We can sit here and enjoy our morning tea. Although, yeah. No, actually, we do drink tea sometimes in the morning, so. Okay, next up, the kitchen.
We're definitely not cooking here.
I think
Absolutely
not. But if we were, we have 2 cooking kits. Let's see how this, okay, this opens like that.
Oh, it's even against.
Should I try?
Don't.
But we have a little drying rack. This is like the most underrated thing ever. Countries where people only use a sponge and not a dish brush.
You need to learn.
You need to go to IKEA and get one.
Yeah. The bathroom, the sink. It'll be interesting to try to wash our faces in the sink. And then the shower.
The shower
quite
head
cute.
looks
Yeah.
quite modern.
It's even big enough for me to stand in there. We have a refrigerator and microwave. We also did.
Yep, and it's not a white refrigerator, thank God.
Oh, not a white refrigerator, girl.
If we ever want privacy, we can just close the door like that.
But we're not those types of people. We never close the bathroom door.
Nope, we do everything together. So here's the storage position of this staircase, and then we pull it out like this, and in order to climb it, we put it down like that. Okay, it was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, at least it's sturdy.
I guess you're gonna have to come up here separately, but this is where we're gonna be sleeping. I love this bedding. I don't know what she would say about this bedding, but it's cute. And also we have 2 of these kind of windows, one in the bathroom. They open like this, and then we can leave it open like that. And here's the second one in the kitchen. We're moving in.
Without our suitcases because they are way too big.
Yep, only our carry-ons will fit in here. And we took out whatever we might need. So, through the glass door, we enter the porch. Probably one of the most beautifully located porches I have ever seen in my life and that I could possibly imagine. This might sound very like stupid, but I just had this realization where we're literally as far away from Sweden as you can possibly get. But still, these flowers are the exact same ones I think that you can find in Sweden. And the bumblebees and the bees look the exact same. Which is like, we're so far away from home, yet so many things are familiar. Alright, so since we literally just landed, our first stop is gonna be lunch. So we're driving down to get vegan pizza! It's been a long time since we went to a new country with so many vegan options. I mean, Cyprus was the closest,
Oh,
but
that's true,
even...
that's true. And we loved it.
We
So.
loved it. Yeah, these countries are few and far in between.
They're so easy.
Yeah.
So we are descending into Queenstown. I feel like this is a mixture between Beverly Hills and Cape Town, don't you? Like,
But also Scotland. Like it feels like the setting for Hogwarts.
but every single house is so fancy and nice and well maintained.
Really?
There's not a single rundown house. Our car is freaking us out because it's so big.
It is like a walrus.
The streets are small, so we're just like squeezing around.
Can I park here?
Look at this little church.
Whoa. But we have to
Okay, we're not going to go on too much about the boring stuff because there are so many interesting things in New Zealand. But when you've been to 100 countries, you learn to appreciate some things like being able to pay just by tapping your card. There is an app, but you don't need to download an app.
And you also
So
don't need
powered.
coins.
Yeah, like so easy, which is why I'm so happy we saved such an easy country to celebrate 100, you know?
How pretty is
Wow,
this town?
Massage. How much are massages? They are expensive.
The design here of all the buildings feels very Nordic.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
it looks like a Finnish village or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oskar, he's reading about bungee jumping.
I can't believe this place exists. And the water is so clear.
Glacier water.
Yeah, it's
It reminds
amazing.
me of
It's a bit like
Slovenia.
Switzerland. Oh, like
Slovenia.
Slovenia as well, yeah. We need to test the water. Pretty damn cold.
So assuming you watched our big announcement video, the last one, you'll know today's the same day we landed. We slept about 4.5 hours last night, and we're kind of walking in a daze. Everything feels so dreamlike. We're so tired and just ready to sleep, but we don't want to sleep. We're excited. It's daytime. It's one of those very weird travel day feelings, but knowing that it's one of those days in our 100th country makes it feel a little more like we should power through because we don't have a country 101, 102 coming right after this.
Actually, it was never really in the plans for New Zealand to be country number 100 because throughout pretty much the entire pandemic, the borders had been closed. So we didn't really know when we'd be able to make it here. And we were kind of thinking that maybe we should go to like a vacation type place for our 100th country, like the Seychelles, something like that, where we could just relax. But now instead we're getting an adventure-filled 100th country, and I think it's gonna be good. You can do it. Woo. Queenstown totally doesn't feel real to me. It feels more like a town from The Sims. Like it really looks like, what was it called in The Sims 3? Sunset Valley, I think, is like the standard town that they give you at the beginning. I was obsessed with The Sims from like 3rd grade till probably way too late, like 8th grade. So it's honestly a pretty comforting feeling to be here, finally, in the real Sims town.
We're too tired to really go anywhere or do anything, so we ordered some vegan Mexican food on Uber Eats. And I'm so happy we're staying in this cabin because we can just sit there and take in the views and the beauty of Queenstown from our living room. We don't even have to go anywhere to feel what an amazing place we're in. Am I right?
Sorry?
Am I right?
I did not hear you, darling.
Well, should have listened.
While we eat, it's time to do something that's long overdue because we've had literally no time to do it in the past few weeks.
We're watching the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 4 while eating our dinner with this mind-blowing view. Good night.
We're so jet lagged. It's time to sleep. I'll give you the review tomorrow. Good morning, here all the birds are singing morning, good morning to you.
The jet lag is real, but what a place to wake up.
The bird song. Oh my god, good morning from our little cabin in the woods. Dan slept okay last night. I slept so well. It was like one of the best night's sleeps I've had in a long time, and it was so unexpected because I was like, who could sleep well in a tiny home, like up in a loft on just like a pretty thin mattress? But waking up to this view is like one of the most indescribable feelings ever. Like, it is so tranquil here. The lake, the beautiful houses, the green sort of hills, and then the mountains in the background. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Dan is plane spotting.
It's 11 a.m. here, which means it's 5 a.m. in Bangkok. So we're starving, we're gonna go get breakfast, and then we're gonna go out into our favorite place in the world, nature.
So we're going up in the gondola that's right here in Queenstown town, up to, what is it called? Bob's Peak.
Bob's Peak?
It's pretty pricey, but this is New Zealand, and it's our 100th country, so who cares?
And at least it's nothing close to Switzerland.
That's true. Thanks so much. Here we go. And up into the mountains, here we go.
Look at the line of mountain bike riders.
Oh my god.
Unlimited. Together we're unlimited. What a ride.
This is insane.
Look at this. Look at this.
I have another fact about Queenstown. It is beautiful. So there are 3 different bungee jumping stations in Queenstown, and I just pointed out to Dan that one of them is right here. I think this is called the Ledge.
When I was young, like especially a teen, my attitude was that you can't have a life where you haven't tried everything. So I was like, of course, sometime you have to try bungee jumping. You have to try skydiving. Now, you know, a few years later, my attitude has changed a lot. I realized there's some things you never have to do if you don't want to, and for me, bungee jumping is one of them.
I'm still debating whether to do it or not, and I think subconsciously I'm like procrastinating booking it so that eventually it will just be like booked out when I decide to actually do it. So since we're a family-friendly channel, I can't really express my exact thoughts at this moment, but I want you to imagine that I'm saying this in a Kiwi accent now, okay? That was one of the most beautiful decks we've ever seen. Do you remember, I forget what the show is called, but that kid's show about the little like worm.
Doesn't he live in an apple?
No,
Like the point is that
I think he flies around. I don't know if it's his home, but he flies around in like a helicopter apple. This looks exactly
it
like
really
that.
does.
But this is what the gondola originally looked like here. Can you
And I have
imagine
one thing
going
to say
up
about that.
Like,
No.
You're supposed to fit 4 people here.
Yeah, not happening.
And all of a sudden, when we enter the forest, the smells, everything just brings you straight back to any pine tree forest at home. It's really nice.
This is our year of crazy coincidences. We just had our 3rd one in exactly a year. The first was in Chiang Mai, Thailand, when we met Oscar's basically second grandpa's son, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, son and his boyfriend in Thailand. Then earlier, just 2 months ago, we had the craziest coincidence in Bolivia, which is too long to tell you here. You should check out the video in the card because it was really the craziest coincidence we've ever had. And now, the 3rd one was we were just walking through Queenstown, and who do we bump into but our next door neighbor from our dorm in San Francisco. For a full year, we saw him every single day, and now we're just walking along, and I'm like, is that the world feels so small sometimes.
So, as you might have guessed, we went back down the mountain and we just came back to our tiny home because honestly, it is so peaceful here and it's just like the perfect place to just sit and relax, which is honestly what we need at this point. So just sitting here, enjoying our porch, looking at the view and, well, getting work done, but still not doing so many things in terms of like exploring is really nice. Just so you get a timestamp on where we are in the videos, currently working on the last Tunisia video. After this is the Brunei video, country 99, and then after that was the big 100th country reveal video. So obviously YouTube is never 100% up to date or never 100% in real time, just because it takes a while to edit the videos. And so right now I'm doing my best to catch up on all the editing so that these New Zealand videos aren't too far behind the actual time that we're here. And editing with this view, cannot complain. And we gotta get some breakfast for tomorrow because we have a very exciting activity coming up. So let's check out a grocery store. This sounds very good. Salted caramel coconut milk.
Oh my god, we've never seen this before anywhere. Gotta try this too.
I don't like the packaging though. Like, why does it have to be so cardboardy just because it's vegan, you know?
Yeah, we want the flashy
Yeah.
like these. We love the branding on this boring. Oh no.
I love how many local brands they have here. There was like 4 different oat milk brands that were all like local New Zealand brands. There's even huge pints of ice cream, vegan ice cream. That's all kiwi. I love that so much because these are brands you probably wouldn't even be able to get outside of New Zealand. We're getting a more local shopping experience.
But also it makes sense because there's literally nowhere you would have to import stuff further to than here. So
Yeah.
why not make it yourself? Look at this.
No! Hola, gente! Guaraná!
We love this grocery store. Oh my god.
It's awesome. What is it called?
New World, I think. We're on the other side of the world, but it's the same self-checkout system as CVS.
Good morning from our little tiny home. Today's our last day here. What do you think about the experience?
It was fun. Honestly, it was much better than I thought it would be.
He was not having it. As we landed, he was like, I don't want to spend the first 2 nights in a tiny home.
Because we were so tired, I was like, this is not going to be relaxing, but actually being in nature is so much better than being in like...
It was perfect.
I wish this was like a hotel, just many tiny homes put separately, because like some stuff about Airbnbs nowadays, organize your trash and take it out. They want you to do your dishes. Like, it sounds a bit diva, like to not want to do it, but it's just that you don't have to do it at hotels. And if you're paying the same price for an Airbnb, it's like, what's the point?
And also you don't have breakfast. So yesterday we were running around town trying to get something to eat and it was just like...
But we have breakfast and we're super excited about what we're doing now.
And you're gonna get to see that in the next video. So if you want to see that... Always the same reaction. It's like, oh! Bye-bye, tiny home. Oh wow, the wide angle lens really makes it look a lot bigger than it is. But yeah, you've been good. So I would rate this tiny home experience a solid 8.5 out of 10. Actually, I would totally do it again, but not every time.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. So I guess until we see you in the next video when we do our very special activity, see you around the world.